Welcome to All Things Internet. I am your host. No, I just messed it up. I was so excited about my intro babas that I completely forgot.
It was really good.
No, I got it. And 5, 6, 7, 8. Welcome to All Things Internet, a show where we talk about things we see on the internet that usually have to do with the internet, but Emily tries her hardest to fact check and research most of the things she finds relevant to do so with. I am one of your hosts, Rachel Ballinger.
I'm Emily Brostaff.
The other host, and this is our show. I'm going to turn down my volume a little bit because I feel like I'm peaking. Okay, now I'm done with that. How you doing, Em?
Thank you so much for asking.
You're welcome. If I don't, you make me.
Yes. I'm actually doing really great today. How about you?
I'm great. I'm a little sweaty because we just went on a walk to get me my iced coffee, and it's above 70 degrees out, so I sweat.
Mm-hmm. Well, and you walk really fast.
I walk the pace my legs want.
Yep.
That's fast to you.
Yes, it is.
5'2".
Yep.
I got 8 inches on you.
I know I'm like jogging to keep up with you.
Yeah, well, you kept up.
I
Are
did.
you sweating?
Yeah.
It doesn't look like it.
Because I have a pound of makeup on my face.
Oh,
yeah.
I sweat through my pounds of makeup. Oh, I forgot to tell you. Because earlier I was like, hey, I have that rash around my eye again.
Yeah.
For those of you who don't know, I kept getting this mysterious rashy bump red thing around my eye since February, and I have not been able to figure out what it is. And lately, it stopped. It like went away.
Yeah.
And I realized I was like, okay, I stopped putting face wash like above my nose. Like I've literally just been face washing my cheeks and below. I stopped using concealer, and I started after taking my makeup off would rinse my face.
Okay.
All right, because I hadn't been doing that for a while.
Oh.
Last night, my stomach hurt. This is why I was telling you why my stomach hurt.
We got very distracted.
We got very distracted by this. My stomach hurt last night, so I used a makeup wipe and took my makeup off, but in bed, and I didn't go rinse my face, and now my face is broken out again around my eyes.
Yeah.
I'm allergic to that, to whatever, and I've switched 3 different brands now of that face wash stuff, like to remove my makeup, and it still keeps happening. I just have to rinse it off my eyes no matter what it is afterwards.
So you're allergic to makeup wipes?
Yes.
Yeah, they're terrible for your skin.
Well, how else am I supposed to get my makeup off?
I just wash my makeup. I do 2 washes. So I do the first wash is to get the makeup off my face with face wash, and then I wash again.
Okay, so I just need to rinse afterwards. That's basically my main thing.
I guess, yeah. Or you could just wash your face instead of makeup wipes.
But like makeup wash, face wash doesn't get off my makeup.
Really?
I always try.
I put on and like this is waterproof eyeliner, and I just and then it comes off.
Doesn't that hurt your eyeballs?
Mm-mm.
I feel like it hurts my eyeballs.
Okay. Well, then just keep your wipe and rinse.
That's how I go to the bathroom.
Wipe and rinse, everyone.
All right. There we go. So I think I figured that thing out.
Okay.
So maybe that means I can go back to washing my face and using concealer again.
Yeah.
If that's really what it is.
Right. Wow.
Welcome to Discoveries with Rachel. That's the end of this. Emily, what's going on? What's going on in the news on the internet this week?
All right. So the big thing is the whole Adam Levine situation.
Yes, I heard a little bit about this over dinner with you, Joy, and Abigail last night.
Yes.
But please, I know you probably have more details than they did.
Abby.
She was up on that.
Yeah. I feel like she should be sitting here talking about this.
Well, she's at work, so it's up to us.
How dare she provide for this family?
Rude.
Okay, so 4 women have now come forward and accused him of sending inappropriate messages while married or when he was in a very committed relationship.
Tisk on him.
What are you doing?
What are you doing, dude?
For a little context, Adam Levine, who's the lead singer of Maroon 5, has been married to his wife, who's a supermodel, since 2014.
Okay, it's been a minute.
Yeah. It's been
8 years.
I can't math. Sure. They currently have 2 daughters together, and last week they announced that they have a 3rd on the way. Well, just a few days after that announcement, Instagram model Sumner Stroh, I think is how you pronounce her last name, came forward and claimed that she had an affair with Adam while he was married. So on Monday, she posted a TikTok video. It went super viral, and she started off by saying, "I was having an affair with a man who's married to a Victoria's Secret model. At the time, I was young, I was naive, and quite frankly, I was exploited. I wasn't in the scene like I am now, so I was definitely very easily manipulated." And then she went on to quickly reveal that this was Adam Levine and that they've been seeing each other for about a year.
Still, or it's over now?
No, it's over now.
Okay.
And the girl came with receipts.
I love when you come with receipts.
We love it.
I'm nosy. I have no right to know, and I want to know.
Yep. So she shared screenshots of their DMs in which Adam was clearly being like super inappropriate, super flirtatious, and just not being an honorable person. And then she revealed that she like cut it off. She kind of skimmed over this part, but she basically said they cut it off and she didn't have contact with him for a few months. And then he randomly reached back out to her after the pregnancy announcement and asked if he could name his new baby after her.
What on earth is going through his mind? What was the thought process there? What? Who? Where? Why?
When?
Inappropriate, disrespectful, unheard of, confusing. I don't think there's a person on earth that's like, that's a good idea.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah. So he DM'd her and said, okay, serious question. I'm having another baby, and if it's a boy, I really want to name it Sumner, which is her name. And then followed it up with, you okay with that? Dead serious, with the shrugging emoji. Why?
How disrespectful to his wife.
Yeah.
Like, one, to have an affair, disgusting. I cannot stand cheaters. But then to name your child after your ex-mistress?
Yeah. Yep. It was a choice.
Was this, like, at dinner last night, Abby and Joy were talking about, like, was this a way to, like, get back in contact with her? Because, like, guys are really weird and think that these things, they construe things in their brain sometimes.
I feel like if you're trying to get in a girl's pants, the last thing you want to do is mention you're having a baby with your wife.
Yes. Maybe he thinks they're just pals now?
Maybe. Or, like, maybe he's trying to smooth things over, that now he's, like, having a third. I don't know. I don't know.
I have no idea. I don't know, and I'm against it all.
Yeah. So, and she said the reason she was coming forward now and revealing all of this is because a former friend of hers, who she had sent screenshots of her and Adam's DMs to, was threatening that they were going to come forward and leak everything. So she said she wanted to do this to get ahead of the scandal. And Sumner did say in a second video that she was under the impression that Adam and his wife were in the process of splitting up. And so that's why she was like, okay with this at the time.
Okay.
And that she feels horrible now that she knows the truth. And after her video went viral, 3 other women came forward and shared their own stories of Adam also hitting on them and being inappropriate. And so one of them, her name was Allison Rose, and she was the second person to come forward. She also had receipts.
How is he so stupid that he would do things where there's receipts?
That's what we were talking about last night. Like, if you're going to cheat, you shouldn't.
Don't do it.
Don't do it.
Don't do it.
But if you
want to have relations with other people, do not be in a committed relationship with someone else.
Right.
Or if you guys are in an open relationship, that's different. That's not cheating. That's your relationship has its own definition and its own rules and terms, and that's fine. But if you are with someone and you're like, I'm in love with you and I commit to you, then you're committed to them.
Right.
And if you have feelings like you want to go cheat, you got to reevaluate the relationship you're in.
Exactly. Yeah.
Yes. Okay.
Yeah. And if you're going to cheat, why would you do it from your verified account?
You dumb.
What
Sorry. Oh, we can't swear on this channel.
I didn't even hear what you said.
You dumb. ASS. I know.
They won't be able to figure out what that is.
Mm-mm.
Yeah. Like, use a fake number. Use Google.
I mean, we're not giving you advice. We're just so confused.
Yeah, like how
use
someone
a Google
could be.
Phone.
How could you be that dense? Like, yeah. So anyway, Allison Rose, who was the second person that came forward, admitted, or he said in one of his messages to her, which she screenshotted and put in the video, that he even said that he shouldn't be messaging her. Like, he said in the message, I should not be messaging you. So, like, you know what you're doing is wrong.
Wow.
Yeah, and she did say that her and Adam Levine never met, but only exchanged flirty messages, but claimed in the video that there was a lot more to the story that was even more inappropriate that she was unwilling to share because she just didn't want that, like, fully out there.
Okay.
And
have a little FaceTimies, little phone calls, maybe.
Maybe.
Dirty little ones.
Yeah, and then a third woman, I'm worried I'm going to mispronounce this. Marika? She shared her messages with Levine on her Instagram story and posted alongside the hashtag expose Adam Levine. And there was just sexual comments, flirty messages. And then there was one instance where he wrote, because she was basically like, oh, like she said something along the lines of like, oh, I'm really busy and like I'm really stressed. And he said, distract yourself by effing with me. So after all this happened, Adam, and the fourth person, I can't remember if they came forward before or after he released a statement, but it was his old yoga instructor. And
oh, God.
Why is it all like that's so
really?
Be more original.
How cliche
right.
do you have to be? That is a story straight off Pornhub. Are you kidding me?
Right.
Relax.
Yeah.
Oh.
Right. So he released his own statement that said, a lot is being said about me right now, and I want to clear the air. I used poor judgment in speaking with anyone other than my wife in any kind of flirtatious manner.
Judgment?
Right. I did not have an affair. Nevertheless, I crossed the line during a regrettable period in my life. In certain instances, it became inappropriate. The second you slide into some other woman's DMs.
Yes.
That's when it's inappropriate. It didn't become inappropriate when you started sending gross stuff. It started at the beginning.
Douchebag.
Yeah. He said, I have addressed that and taken proactive steps to remedy this with my family. My wife and my family is all I care about in this world. To be this naive and stupid enough to risk the only thing that truly matters to me was the greatest mistake I could have ever made. I will never make it again. I take full responsibility. Who else would take responsibility?
What? No one. What?
Yeah.
Wasn't the girl's fault.
Right. We will get through it, and we will get through it together. So.
What a bland statement.
Yeah.
He's just a butthead. Like, I respect people like Leonardo DiCaprio, who's like, I don't want to ever be married. And I just want to go date
25-year-olds.
Everyone, by that, they're consenting adults.
Right.
And I personally would never be in my 40s, 50s, 60s dating a 25-year-old, but that's just me.
Yeah.
But if once they're in their 20s, I still think like 18, 19, it's not okay when you're that old. Once you're in your 20s, if you're 21 and older, like you can drink, whatever, that's on you. You are an adult with a little bit of a life experience and your brain's pretty much fully developed. Yeah. You're fine. Like, and then what was it? Who was it? It wasn't Mel Gibson. Was it Mel Gibson? No,
I don't know.
The dude who was in Ocean's 11. He didn't get married till he was like 60.
Oh, I can picture his face, but yeah, I can't. George, is it not? It's not George.
Yeah, George
Clooney.
Yeah,
is
George
it?
Clooney.
Okay,
yeah.
okay.
And it's just like, there's women who do that as well. Like Jennifer Aniston is not married.
Yeah,
and she's just.
I don't think that's by choice though, right? Because wasn't she married to Brad Pitt, and then he was like, Angelina. I think he cheated, right?
She did, but now she's not she's not getting married anymore.
Oh,
like,
she's not getting remarried.
Yeah, and like there's a lot of people out there who's just like, I don't want to get married, and they very much look like they're enjoying single life, and I'm like, great, good job.
Yeah,
go do that if that's what suits you the best.
Right,
go do that.
But no, have a third child and then hit up your ex.
Yeah,
mistress.
there are some people who just do better single. There are some people who are really struggle in relationships.
Yeah,
and that's fine. Don't fake it and then mess it up.
Yeah.
And then hurt other people along the way. That's fine.
Well, and now like the internet, especially the Gen Zers, have gone in on how cringy his DMs are because they're just like very, and one of them, I can't read a lot of them because they were so inappropriate, but one of them he said, watching your butt jiggle on that table will permanently scar me. I think if a guy or I think if anyone, I think if
that is like a negative thing. Scarring?
Watching your butt jiggle on that table will permanently scar me. And then he said, I'd do anything for it. I'd buy it a steak dinner. And whisper sweet nothings to it. Bring your booty over here. Let me whisper sweet nothings to it.
What in the world is he saying?
Does he think that's a turn on?
I think so.
Let me whisper sweet
but
nothings.
Also, just the whole like it is permanently scar me. That's a negative thing. That's a negative. That scarring is a bad thing. So right off the bat, he's just dumb.
Yeah. Yeah.
Wow.
Wow. Yep. All right. So that's that for that now.
How did he get 4 women that we know of to flirt back with him?
That's what I was saying. Personally, even though I'm fully gay, will never date a man again, I can still recognize when men are attractive.
You don't think he's attractive, and neither do I.
Yeah.
But I do know a lot of women that he is their type.
Okay.
And so, like skinny, but still has like abs, not like emancipated skinny, with tattoos.
Emaciated.
Emaciated. What is it?
You said emancipated.
I don't.
His abs just left his body.
I don't know what the word is. Anyway, he's skinny but toned with tattoos and can sing.
Okay.
And like, I mean, that's not my type, but I know a lot of girls who would drool over that.
All right. And I guess it's like the fame and the riches and everything. Yeah.
When you don't know the famous world, it's very enticing.
Okay.
And then once you see it, you're like, oh, this is kind of depressing.
Yeah.
Like, it's a bunch of talented people who can't really do anything with their lives.
That all just
with no privacy and they're always under a microscope. It's not actually that fun.
Yeah. So that's it for now.
All right. Well, with that, let's check to see if we have a sponsor for today. Sponsor. And we're back. Tell me some more things, Em.
All right. So last week we talked about how Blake Lively and Ryan Reynolds just announced that they're expecting their 4th child together.
Mm-hmm.
Well, apparently since the announcement, Blake and her family have been stalked by a team of paparazzi that are basically camping outside of their house trying to get like baby bump photos of her.
Yeah.
And I guess she got sick of it because on Saturday she decided to post a bunch of pictures of her with like her fully exposed baby bump on her Instagram with the caption, "Here are photos of me pregnant in real life, so the 11 guys waiting outside of my home for a unicorn sighting will leave," like she put the unicorn emoji.
Yeah.
I don't think she knows what that fully means, but we get it. Context.
Yeah.
Waiting for basically a good sighting will leave me alone. "You freak me and my kids out. Thanks to everyone else for all the love and respect and for continuing to unfollow accounts and publications who share photos of my children. You have all the power against them, and thank you to the media who have a no kids policy. You make all the difference."
Yeah.
Like, I just feel like that should be like maybe
illegal?
I was gonna say like a law. Like,
isn't that stalking?
Oh, I mean they know very well exactly where they're allowed to like camp out and like what's public property and what's not, and you know, whatever, like that's their whole job, is figuring out how to exactly walk the line. But I was saying, I feel like taking photos of celebrities' children, unless they're in the industry, and like I don't know, but like I feel like stalking celebrities' children and taking pictures of them and posting them in magazines and websites, like I feel like that should not be allowed.
Yeah, that's totally, because they're not kids. Well, paparazzi, no one is consenting to paparazzi.
Yeah,
except JoJo. But then children on top of that is really messed up.
I know. And watching these celebrities like come out of their house like covering the kids with like jackets or like, yeah, it's just sad. And like she literally said her kids are scared.
Yeah,
she was like, these men are hanging, like stalking our house.
People who like in the Britney Spears documentary, old paparazzi, really like then now as they're older, there's some people who are like, I had to feed my family and that was my job. You could have gotten a different job, but there are some people who are like, I didn't realize what I was doing, and I realize it now, and it was terrible. Like paparazzi is terrible.
Yeah.
It's absolutely terrible.
Yeah.
And like, it's not journalism. It's not anything like that. You're not discovering like something terrible and like saving the world. You're literally just snapping photos of celebrities against their will and selling it to tabloids who make up some story about them based on whatever the picture is.
Right.
It's messed up.
The family that I first nannied for when I moved here, their son went to this school in Hollywood where all the celebrities send their kids. And like, it was wild how much I had to go through to walk into that school. Yeah. Because they told me they'll have people that pretend to be parents or nannies or, you know, babysitters that'll try and break into the school to take pictures. Like Melissa McCarthy's kid was stalked a few weeks before I started working for this family. Like someone tried to like pretend to be a nanny to get in to snag a picture of her. Like she was a 13-year-old child at school.
Messed up.
Yeah.
I have a friend who is a math teacher for one of those schools.
Yeah.
And she said the school's locked down, and these kids have security guards that stand outside the school. Like they're not allowed in during school hours, but they stand outside and they know all the parents. Yep. They know all the other security guards and the nannies and stuff. And like these kids are so rich or so famous that the security guards just camp outside. Like their own personal security. Yeah. And I'm like,
well, it was like Angela Kinsey's kid went to this school.
Oh, really?
Jenna Fisher's kid, like all the Office cast sent their kids to this school. And then Melissa McCarthy, one of the Spice Girls, Mel B. Oh, so like this was like a big, like, So I had to have my ID, I had to have a laminated pass, I had to have the sticker on my car, and I had to have a tag on my keychain. So it was like 4 different steps to get into the school just to pick up this kid.
I mean, I'm glad they had those steps, but it sucks that that's the world that we live in. That we have to protect children that much.
Right.
I mean, always protect children, but like,
why?
we have to do that.
Yeah.
That's messed up.
Yeah. So, all right. And then our last big news story is Jonathan, Vanessa, and Antoni. Do you watch Queer Eye?
Yes, I know who those people are.
Okay, so yeah, Queer Eye. Jonathan, Vanessa, and Antoni got in a buttload of trouble this week for quote unquote, and I want your opinion on this.
Okay.
For quote unquote queer baiting on Instagram.
Well, they're queer.
Yep.
So can they queer bait?
My opinion is no.
You can't queer bait if you're queer. I can't queer bait. I am queer.
That's my opinion too. But a lot of people within the LGBTQ plus community are claiming that they're queer baiting. And I personally don't agree. And I would love to hear other people's sides because all I was really seeing is people bashing them on Twitter.
All right. Tell me the story. I'll see if I can understand.
Okay. So Jonathan, who's been married for a few years, so Jonathan uses they, them pronouns. And their co-star Antoni recently started posting some like rather head-turning photos on Instagram where like they looked like they were embracing like a couple. So there was one where they had like their foreheads pressed together with like their eyes closed, like you would see.
They've always had like a flirtatious
yeah.
friendship, and then it's like people like they've always had like this little like weird thing where like Jonathan's like obsessed with him, and
it's always been a little bit.
It has been a bit,
but Jonathan is very committed to their husband and their partner. Like that's always been very clear. And I can't remember if Antoni's dating anyone. But yeah,
Antoni has he has a boyfriend.
Oh, okay, cool, yeah. So these photos were like they were holding hands. They were like sitting in each other's laps,
which everyone on that show does with each other.
Right. But like it was very clear there was a message they were trying to get across, and it was like, okay, we're dating now. Like this was the message they were trying to get across, because they even said in their caption, Antoni said in his post, he said, "Some personal news," with a heart emoji. "After years of joking about it, we're finally together. Here's to giving things a shot. More tomorrow." And then Jonathan's caption said, "We're finally together," with a heart emoji. "Details tomorrow, but know that we are very happy and feeling supported by the people around us," with a pride emoji. So everyone was like freaking out. They were like, what?
Did they partner up on a business front?
Yeah. It was
That's not queer baiting.
It's clickbaiting.
It's clickbait. Yes, that's clickbaiting, not queer baiting.
Yeah.
Those are two very different things.
Huge difference.
They weren't.
It's still messed up, but it's not queer baiting.
It's clickbait.
Right.
That's clickbait.
Right.
That's not queer bait.
No, because like by definition, queer baiting means someone that is not within the LGBTQ plus community is trying to use gay culture or pretend like they're gay
to get
attention.
Yes.
These are queer people. Like,
yeah,
that's why I'm saying I don't agree that it's queer
baiting.
baiting.
So if a guy and a girl did this, and then like who are two actors or actresses that have been on a bunch of shows together? If I don't know, but if like it was a guy and a girl who are both married to their own people, and they've always had a flirt. SVU detectives.
Yeah. Okay. Sergeant Olivia Benson.
And Detective Stabler. Elliot Stabler. So if they on Instagram started posting coupley pictures, and then they were like, "Together at last, we'll update you guys tomorrow," whatever. And they had like written a new show together, and that's what they announced. That would be the exact same thing.
Yeah.
But not queer baiting.
Everyone would just call it clickbait.
And not straight baiting. It's just clickbait.
Yeah.
It's just because they both happen to be gay in this are the true scenario.
Right.
You can't claim queer baiting.
I don't think so.
It's clickbaiting.
Right.
And it's toying with people's emotions.
I just and at first I was like, oh, this is a bunch of like people who are not within the queer community that are saying this is queer baiting, and like, but no, it's so many people within. That's why like I don't understand. So if you have a point to this, or you think you can convince either of us, like genuinely tell us in the comments.
Discussion, not rudeness.
Discussion, not disgusting.
Yes. I was like, what was I saying?
Yeah.
Yes. Because I truly think if this was two straight people of opposite sex and they did this, it would be the exact same thing, but you wouldn't call it straight bait or queer bait. It would be clickbait.
Yeah.
So why are we changing it when they're gay?
Right. They're already out. They're already out and proud. Like,
Yeah, they're not. the only reason that their gayness is in it is because they are both gay men.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah. No.
So yeah,
No.
after everyone was like freaking out in the comments and it was like trending on Twitter and everyone was being like, well, what about your husband? And like, there was just all these big reactions. The next day they released the uncropped photos, like versions of the photos. Because like in the original photo, like the one where they were pressing their foreheads together, when they posted the uncropped version, you could see they were holding the dog. They made a dog food company. And you could see in their hands they were holding dog food cans. And like it was they posted all the uncropped and you could see all of the marketing in the photo.
Got it.
And so and this time they posted it with the caption, "Hope you're not too heartbroken. We were being clever little babies. To announce this baby we've been working on for years now." And obviously the internet had an opinion on this one.
Relax.
Yeah. Someone tweeted out, "Who knew that queer baiting was such a good marketing ploy?
It's not. Sorry,
Yep.
continue. Sorry.
It's important to remember that rainbow capitalism isn't just for brands and the straights." And someone else posted, "I'm pretty mad about this, actually. Y'all jerked a lot of people around who were very sincerely happy for you and wished you well." I can understand that one.
That one's fine. I get that one. That's fine.
Yeah. So then,
because like I said, you're toying with people's emotions. That is true.
Yeah, that's a little messed. That's a little messed up, but it's not queer baiting. And then JVN came forward and said, "Hi, love. Sorry to see you go. We actually launched," because someone basically said, like, "I'm unfollowing you and, like, you suck."
Yeah.
And so he was responding to this comment. He said, "Sorry to see you go. We actually launched a whole business together that we've worked really hard to create and wanted to create some fun, splashy buzz around it. I'm happily married and figured most people would get the joke. Never meant to offend or manipulate. Big hug." And then later tweeted out, "Seeing folks be mad about two queer people making a joke to launch a business are the same critics who have nothing to say about queer issues impacting queer people. Don't say trans bills, the overturning of Dobbs, the threat to marriage equality, but yes, be mad about pet food." So they were basically saying like these same people that stay silent on these huge political human rights issues are the same people that are like, "You're queer baiting."
Yeah. It's all stupid.
Yeah. Unless I am missing something huge that I am not understanding.
Yeah, I'm not understanding it.
I don't see. It was messed up, like to fake a relationship.
So the only way that would be funny is if they released a whole video, like, and in that video, the first, like, if it, like a 3-minute video, right?
Okay.
A little commercial. It's a little commercial, and they're like, "We fought this for so long," but in that same video, and then it's like, "Together at last, we finally partnered to create you a dog food."
Yeah.
And it's like one video, 3 minutes, where people, like, the first 30 seconds you think they're together,
right?
And then it immediately hits you, and you're
That
like,
would've
"Oh,
been
okay,
funny."
ha ha ha."
Yeah.
I think it was the whole 24 hours that got people like brewing. They shouldn't. They like, you can be like, "Hey, that was kind of messed up," but like, "I wished you well," and like people feel embarrassed because they thought that they were together, but it's not queer bait.
No,
they just happen to be queer and clickbaiting.
Right.
You can't mush the words together.
Yeah.
All right. Before we move on, I assume that's the rest of that.
That was.
Let's check to see if we have another sponsor for today. Sponsor.
Oh,
hi, Blaze. You want to come up?
God, you smell like a sweaty dog.
He was outside.
Can you lay down?
Yeah, let me just get on you real quick.
All
Perfect.
Right,
this is perfect. My tail is hitting my mother. I am a parrot. Let's go. Blaze is here, if you didn't know.
All right, you ready for some positive news?
I need it.
Okay, so I've decided from now on, when we stumble across positive news stories that involve an invention or like a policy that should have been in use for years now, we're going to call that segment, "Why Isn't This Already a Thing?" Because I feel like why
isn't this already a thing?
Yeah, I feel like we've come across this a few times where we're like, this is amazing. Why isn't this already a thing? So for this week's segment of Why Isn't This Already a Thing, a few different Australian companies have developed and started trialing glow-in-the-dark road paint to illuminate the roads at night better. And it uses like this same kind of technology that glow sticks use, where if sunlight hits it, it holds onto the UV rays and then it emits those rays at night. So it's completely green. There's no pollution.
Genius.
Right.
Why isn't this already a thing?
Why isn't this already a thing? I'm sure like in the manufacturing of it, there's some pollution, but like it's not like it uses like battery power or like it's literally just paint that absorbs sunlight and then emits it again at night.
Wow.
Yeah. So they're going to use this. So they're trialing it in a city in Australia right now. And this could potentially help reduce accidents and lane swerving and help drivers better navigate roads that they've never been on before.
Yeah.
And potentially help save wildlife. Because if it's more illuminated, you're more likely to see it you know, further in advance. And like I know in the US we have reflectors.
Yes.
We have those plastic.
So we can see our lanes.
Yeah, but it's just like if you could see the whole paint instead of these tiny little reflectors, it would be a lot nicer. And it's not plastic. It's literally paint. You're already putting paint on the road. Yeah. So it's like, you know, we're reducing the plastic and it's like eco-friendly. So yeah.
The reflectors do though when you start swerving, your tires go.
But you can just make the dents in the road.
You can make the dents in the road. Obviously, guys, why didn't you think of that?
And then less asphalt.
And less asphalt.
That's what I'm saying. Come on, let's get on it.
I love this so much.
Right?
All right.
Okay, second positive news story. So a girl named Kira I think it's Kira or Kyra. We're going to go with Kira. Had just completed her freshman year at college in Tampa, Florida. And when she arrived at the airport to fly back home for the summer with her pet fish, Theo, she was told by customer service that Theo was not allowed on the flight.
Yeah, you can't travel with a fish.
Yeah, she thought, but no.
What?
Yeah.
How do you travel with a fish? You literally can't bring on more than like 1 ounce.
Just have him swim in the tiny little, like in a coffee cup. Portable coffee.
Gosh. Okay.
Yeah. So she went to customer service and they were basically like, no.
Yeah. How do you travel with a fish?
Right. So she was obviously very distraught. So that's when two, what are they called? Airline attendants, stepped up and volunteered to take Theo over the summer and babysit him for her until she came back in the fall for her
my God.
sophomore semester. What? Yeah. So they were texting updates to her all summer long.
Only in Florida.
Right.
Would someone, think they could travel via airplane with a fish? And then the people working at the airport were like, we'll take your fish, random stranger.
Do you want to guess which airline?
Spirit. United. American.
Rachel.
Frontier.
Rachel.
JetBlue. Virgin.
Rachel.
I don't know. I'm just naming. I've named them all.
American is like the worst.
No, Spirit is the worst. And Frontier.
Well, Spirit customer service is fine. It's just they make you pay, like if the plane's crashing, they make you pay for a parachute.
What airline was it?
It was Southwest. We all know Southwest is the most friendly airline.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Oh.
I fly United. I got good miles with them.
Platinum member.
Yeah. I am.
Oh my God. I was joking. Yeah, so the Southwest flight attendants were sending her pictures and updates of Theo all summer, and then she just arrived back like a week ago for fall semester.
Yeah.
And she met them at their house and picked up Theo, and he went back to college.
What kind of fish is Theo?
He looked like a beta.
All right.
Yeah. So
that's hilarious.
Right.
It
was very wholesome.
Yeah.
All right. So a woman in England has been hailed her town's local hero after rescuing over 200 lost dogs using her drone. So over the past 7 years, Erica Hart has used her drone to locate runaway dogs. And she goes to their last known location, launches her drone, and searches the area using the flying camera.
Wow.
To spot the pups. And then she tells the owners, like,
where they are
and like where to best intercept them, like if they're running a certain direction.
Wow, that's really cool.
Right? I would have never thought of that. She doesn't charge any money for the service, and she says she does it purely out of her love for dogs, even if it means spending money on fuel for her car instead of getting a treat for herself that week.
Oh, what a love!
Right? She said, I've gone without stuff for myself to put petrol in the car to find a dog, but when I post it on Facebook and see the comments, I lay in my bed with a smile on my face and realize why I do it.
That's adorable. Also, this could be a business to help locate lost dogs.
Right?
It's either a nonprofit or you could charge people money for it.
Right? Well, she set up a whole Facebook page for her local community where if someone's dog like ran out or, you know, did something, they can post on this Facebook page. And she says she drops everything and immediately goes to their last known location and does this. She must be retired.
So I'm seeing a business opportunity.
Oh my God. You're
or
taking
a nonprofit.
A wholesome story and you're like, how can I make money?
No, I just said or a nonprofit. Relax.
Yeah.
I just need to figure out how to fly a drone.
I know how to fly a drone.
Does it do live footage?
Yeah.
We'll talk.
Okay. Trademarking it. Now.
Done.
Yeah, she's...
Also, why don't cops do this with like...
I think they do when there's like missing children.
Okay, that's what I was thinking.
Yeah, especially like park services.
Yeah.
Sometimes they'll launch thermal drones.
Okay, cool.
To like
yeah,
search
yeah.
the area and stuff. I've seen them do that. Well, I haven't seen, but I've read about them doing it.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Wow, that's amazing. I love that.
Yeah. And the last dog that she saved, it got like a little extra attention because there was a thunderstorm coming in and a lightning bolt went, or like a big boom went off, and it scared the dog. So he jumped over the garden fence and ran, and she found him right before he went into a highway. So they like caught him very last minute.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. So
little bub.
yeah. Well, good job.
Good. That's amazing. I love that so much.
Right?
Yeah.
Oh.
He tooted. Whew.
I love that. Don't wave it over here.
I'm just waving it away from me.
Okay.
If you happen to be in that direction, that's your fault.
All right. That is it for our news this week.
Do you want to play a game or ask some questions? Up to you.
It's always up to you.
No, I decided it's up to you.
Oh, I don't know I guess questions.
Okay.
All right.
She's stressed. Whenever I change things up, she gets really stressed.
I know, anxiety cannot handle it. Okay. Oh, also, PSA. I am running very low on questions. So I've gone through my DMs. I've gone through ATI's DMs. So if you have any more questions, send them in because I am scraping the bottom of the barrel.
You can either direct message us on our ATI Instagram, or you can put them in the comments below.
Ooh, there we go.
Done.
Yeah. All right. What would be the hardest thing to give up?
Oxygen.
And another answer, please.
Blinking.
Oh my God.
My sight.
Okay. I was thinking more of like a habit.
Oh. Carbs.
Yeah.
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 Cheese.
No, I already did that.
No, that's why I can't go vegan. And chicken. Oh my God, chicken.
I already did that.
Oh my God.
Carbs would be really hard.
Okay.
Physical affection.
Ooh.
Friends.
Yeah. Social media.
Taking my car everywhere if like I just had to use public transportation.
Ooh. Yeah.
My air conditioning.
Oh. Don't curse like that.
I know. Everyone benefits from my air conditioning. Exercising.
Oh, can't relate. Keep going.
Yeah. And coffee.
Okay. All good answers.
Yeah. There you go.
And
You better. Yes. And wink, wink.
that was my first thought. When I saw this question come out, I was like, oh God.
Oh, I immediately was like, food?
I know. Like, women? Yeah.
Emily needs a girlfriend. If anyone wants to apply, please down below. Must be 21 or older.
Oh God.
And 25 and older.
Oh God.
27 and older?
Thank you.
Okay. 27 and older. No, 27. No, you like older women too.
Yeah.
So 27 older, a single gay woman.
Who's willing to leave the country in a few years.
Yes. And is okay with a big pit bull dog that Emily owns.
Yeah.
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 Okay. That's pretty much just. And you have to be a Democrat.
Oh my God. You have to be a liberal.
A liberal.
And like a raging one.
You're raging liberal
Yeah.
feminist.
Yeah.
All right. These are the qualifications.
Okay. 27
Oh,
to...
you don't like super tall women.
Oh, I don't care.
Oh, okay. That's just me. I don't like super short women. Okay. It's a type, not that you don't like them personally. Oh, yeah. Okay. Oh, so if a 6'4" woman came up to you, you're all about it?
Carry me, mommy.
Oh, love it for you. Okay.
27 to 36.
Oh, we do have a limit. A 50-year-old, like if Angelina Jolie was like, date me?
Okay, if Angelina Jolie came up and said date me, I'd be like, all right, great.
Okay. So.
Has to love. Okay, so 27 to 36.
Okay.
You have to love to travel.
Okay.
You have to be responsible with your money.
Yeah.
You have to be a raging liberal / feminist.
Yes.
You have to love dogs.
Yes.
You
be single.
You have to be single. You have to want a monogamous relationship.
Yes, that's a big one.
I can't do open relationships. I'm
Same.
too anxious.
Same.
You have to be willing to leave the country in a few years.
And you have to be okay with the dog. Did you say that?
Yeah. You have to be okay. Like, I don't care if you're okay with other people's. You have to be okay with my dog.
Yeah.
Okay. And these count as my dogs too.
Yes.
So I think that's it.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't really care about anything else. If you have tattoos, that's a That's a plus.
A good thing I got this one on my knee right here.
Stop.
Please get a matching one.
I'm telling you, we have to tell okay, so just for those that are listening, Rachel thinks she has a tattoo on her knee.
I know I have a tattoo. It's permanent ink under my skin in which you can see.
How
is this not a tattoo?
If you've been listening to this podcast since I came on, or even before then, we got in
a
debate about whether this accidental ink under her skin counts as a tattoo or not.
I purposely put the ink there. I just
didn't know
understand.
it was gonna stay.
I didn't know what a drunk person getting a tattoo might not understand what's going on, and that's still a tattoo.
Your mom said it's not.
My mom says a lot of things. I'm not going to use my mom as the final say of anything.
Fine. And oh wait, can I backtrack for a second?
Sure.
Okay, going back to me finding a girlfriend.
Okay, yeah, I like that topic anyway. This one doesn't go anywhere.
We'll get back to that.
Nah.
If you're gonna slide into my DMs, your profile has to be on public.
Yeah, what is it? No, let me just say, I hate that someone can follow me, but then I can't see their account.
Right.
Like, I think that if you follow me, your account is there public for me.
I think that should be a rule.
I think that should be a freaking rule.
Yeah.
Maybe a little bit more restricted or something, like you can't see the comments or whatever. But if you follow me, that should give me access to see you.
I agree.
But I guess the private is like the follow back or whatever. I don't know.
It's not that I'm shallow, but I do want to be attracted to whoever I potentially date. That's
very valid.
Right. And so if you slide into my DMs and your profile is on private,
you're not going to see it and you're not going to respond.
Right. So.
Yes.
Or like send like 7 to 10 headshots. Okay.
That's great. That would actually be really, if you want to keep your profile on private, send along pictures. Be like, hey, I'm sliding. Here's me. At least just say hey or nay or hey.
A little bio.
A little bio.
I don't know if I'm quite ready to hop back on the train yet because your girl's a little depressed. But, just for future reference.
But you could spark a convo. Spark that convo.
Yeah.
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 Ask a question or two. Don't just go in and be like, hi. That's nothing to respond to.
Or just, it's hey, period.
What? Hey, great conversation.
More like, bye. Anyway.
That's it. All right, I think that's pretty much it for today.
Wait, we got to wrap up real quick. Okay, so back to the welcome to what our work day is like.
I don't want to talk about it because it doesn't go anywhere. We've had this conversation
no,
17 times.
I'm just saying, Rachel and I have talked about me getting a matching one with you, but there has to be, we have to reach a milestone. That's what I'm saying. We have to give them incentive. Like, if they do something or if we get a certain amount of views.
It'd have to be blue ink because that's what mine is.
Right.
Or it's been on my knee for so long that it has literally faded from black to blue.
The thing is, as I said, I would never get another colored tattoo on me ever again because my gay pride dots are the only color I want on my body. So it would have to be black. That has to be our compromise.
All right. And then when we're both old, they'll look the same.
Yeah.
Okay.
But something has to happen. We have to reach some type of internet milestone and then I'll get it done.
Yeah.
So that's what I'm saying. We got to come up with some type of incentive for them and then I'll get a matching one with you.
All right. Okay.
Yeah.
And then there's another tattoo we're talking about, but you can go see that on my vlog channel.
Yeah.
All right. Well, that's it for today. Thank you guys for watching and listening. Please subscribe or follow us. And we love you. Make sure you put your comments down below or in our DMs and slide into M's DMs if you meet the qualifications. And just so you know, she got a good booty.
I do got a good booty.
And she's loyal as all. If you want someone really clingy.
I'm not that clingy.
Okay. And who will just always want to make you happy.
I do that.
That's M.
I am the best partner.
I'm really steep competition.
That's true. Okay, we're pretty close.
Yeah.
We're pretty close. Yeah.
Yep. That's it. All right, we love you guys and we'll see you next week. Bye.
Bye. Oh wait, I must do it again. Sorry.
All right. And we'll see you next week. Bye. Thank you for listening to this week's episode of All Things Internet. Please make sure to like and follow our podcast on whichever platform you're currently listening to it on. And make sure to follow us at Podcast ATI on Twitter, where you can ask questions and get the latest updates on our show. We love you. Thanks for listening. I'm Rachel Ballinger, and this has been All Things Internet.